All right, brother, by the numbers, episode 52, the deck is complete. What do we have tonight?
Man, we have 6 movies tonight instead of 5. We have Naga from Netflix, Hell Camp, Teenage Nightmare on Netflix. We have Saltburn, which I can't wait to talk about, on Prime Video. We have American Fiction, The Holdovers, and The Iron Claw.
Iron Claw. It's a good week, brother. Let's see if let's see what we thought of these movies and get this ball rolling.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's go. What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining us this Wednesday night. I'm Dave, that's Rich, and we are the Faces for Radio podcast, where we're presenting By the Numbers, where we take new releases, we watch them from video, in streaming or theater. We let you know what we thought. Rich, brother, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty fucking good. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Yeah. As they say in Lord of the Rings, this too shall pass.
Yeah.
And one stone has passed. I have one left.
That's awesome news.
So the pain is definitely better this week.
Well, that's good.
But yeah, I heard you got some snow, brother.
We got a lot of snow. We got about 10 inches. I like to say I had 10 inches to give, but I got 2.
No,
but we got 10 inches of snow.
I've got a bad joke that just popped into my head. Like two guys talking to each other. One guy says, "Yeah, I went out with this girl one time. She said, 'Give me 10 inches and make it hurt.'" and his buddy goes, "Geez, what'd you do?" "I gave her 2 5s and punched her in the mouth."
Yeah.
I apologize. That joke came from my father. Caveman, yes, you get the cookies, first one on. I appreciate that, brother. Yes, please, everyone, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. To remind you guys, we have changed brands, so it's no longer listed as the 4K Lowdown. It is listed at Faces for Radio. So, but you can still find us by looking for the 4K Lowdown. It still goes to this channel. I have it set to find us both ways. Yeah. So just in case. Corey is here.
Corey?
Corey, I'm going to change the name here. Finn Jeremy is here.
What's up, Finn?
And Holland, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Caveman, everybody saying amen. Miss Caveman is here.
What's up, Miss Caveman?
And Stacy is in the house.
What's up, Stacy? Hope you're doing good.
I'm so glad to see you, brother. But yeah, I gotta say, this damn snow looks like another 5 to 10 coming over next year. Yeah, it's so funny because here in California, I mean it's storming, and they're going, "You have a chance of snow." Aha! So I'm sitting there going, "Okay, I'm gonna get snow." So last week I was supposed to get snow. And then I didn't get any snow. The snow level didn't drop below 3,000 feet. So I was like, dang it. So now they're telling me again that there's a chance for snow tonight. So
is that why you put wood in the fire?
I put wood in the fire because I got to get a fire going to heat the house up if it's going to get that cold.
That cold is like 35 degrees, 40 degrees.
It is. It's 35 degrees. It's still above freezing, you guys, but it's still butt fucking cold in the house because
I would give you shit.
Wood heat is the only heat I have. I don't have any central heating or anything like that. So I have a wood furnace and I have a pellet stove. The pellet stove can take the chill off the house, but it can't do it. It can't work for it.
Right. And Stacy just lives a couple hours from me, maybe an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So
speaking of which, Jay is in the house.
What's up, Jay?
Almost made it on time. Actually, we haven't gotten started yet, so I'm gonna call it on time. And Jay, we are coming up with a date for Killers of the Flower Moon. So
soon.
Get ready. I'm thinking it's coming next month. We're gonna be reviewing it. So
it comes out on the 12th.
Yeah.
On Apple TV.
And we've already got January booked, so we're gonna put it in February at some point. But yeah, once I have that date scheduled, I will reach out to you and let you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then see
if you got to watch the 4 other movies.
You got to watch the rest of the movies on the list in the group. So
that's the catch.
Ready? Okay. I'm gonna hold you to it. You got to watch all of them. But I'll try to make it so that you have access to those. You don't have to pay money for them if you don't want to.
And if we have to switch it to a week that everything else is just streaming, we can do that.
Mm-hmm. So I got my cup of tea. What do you got drinking tonight?
I got my dew, man. Got my dew. And before we get started, after we're done here, me and Dave are going to go live and just shoot the bullshit on Instagram Live on my channel or on my page. Just so give everybody a heads up. If you guys
we got to start out on his page because my Instagram, I don't know. It just does not like me. Sometimes I can't see anybody. Like for the nomination show, I only saw Alex.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell was going on, but it seems to like to do that to me. To where everybody else's screen is black except for mine. But everyone else can see, everyone can see everybody else.
Yeah, I saw when you first logged in both times on the nomination night, I saw your whipped cream can sitting there. Each time you logged right in, there was a whipped cream or some kind of can.
Whipped cream? I don't know. I usually don't have whipped cream.
I didn't know if it was like a sex thing you were doing. I didn't know.
It might have been a sex thing, but I
But anyway, we got 6 movies.
Whipped cream. Whipped cream.
What's
That's
up,
right. Got the whipped cream. And Reed's in the house. Hola, amigo, ¿cómo estás? Mi toca disco puesto. And que lástima, dos chicas en la cocina. That's the Spanish I know. So I just want to,
And I'm the worst Mexican. I don't speak Spanish.
I'm multilingual. I know some French. I know "vet de cochon," which means make the pig noise. I'm ready to travel. So
you're ready to have some weird sex.
I do have weird sex.
Make some pig noises, honey.
Make some pig noise. Wee. Yes, that planet, and might need you to remind me how to do the scoring. I will definitely remind you. I will send you all the stuff to how to do the scoring. Dave, bringing the milkshakes to the yard. Damn right, it's better. Hang on. It's gotta happen.
It's been a while since we have little Dave.
It's been a while since we've had Dave after dark. Ladies and gentlemen.
Dave making his lady squeal like a pig with the whipped cream on top.
Whipped cream on top.
Yeah.
Put the honey out.
People are like, what kind of feat is this?
What is this show? Yeah. What is going on? Speaking of which, so there's a buddy of mine. Well, he's become a buddy because I go to the theater so damn much. That he's a manager at the theater, and he's now subbing to the channel. So he's going to be he should be checking out the show tonight.
Awesome.
But I told him it was 7:00, not 6:30. We just changed that earlier today. But I'm glad you guys are here, and I want to thank everybody who comes on to the replay. Before we get started, let's get the fine print out of the way. I want to say thank you to Spotify for podcasting because they take the audio portion of the live stream and put it out on Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Pocket Cast, Castbox, Radio Public, and Google Podcasts. They do that all for free. They set us up with sponsors, and as we get more followers, they give us more sponsors. So you guys, if you haven't already, please go over to Spotify, give us a follow, and then you can listen to us on any media that you want.
Yeah, we can set the mood for you and your partner. If you want to use us for foreplay, we're good. We're good with that.
We've got that.
Our voices might make your lady moist.
Moist. That's all I heard. Moist. That's all I heard.
Okay, we better get started.
Speaking of moist, we want to say hey to Steve. What's up, Steve? Thanks for jumping in. And you're early too. Well, you're on time because we're just getting ready to start. So yeah, as Rich said, we've got 6. We got a little bit of a jumbo-sized episode this week because we needed to throw something new in that Rich got a chance to watch. I watched it last year, and it is a fantastic movie. I can't wait to talk about it. But as we always do, we take these 6 movies, we reviewed them, and lowest score goes first. Which one do you think has the lowest score?
That's easy. Naga.
That's easy. It's Naga. Let's take a look at a little snippet from this Netflix movie. Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck I watched.
Okay, man. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know. Was it a Killer Camel movie? Was it a cult? What the hell was going on? I don't. Yeah. There was so much going on. All over the place. It was everywhere, and I honestly I couldn't go with subtitles on this. I had to go dub because they were talking so fast for me, and the subtitles were just scrolling, and I was trying to pay attention to what the heck was going on. I was like, okay, is it jumping back and forward in time? And I kind of figured out that it was starting to do that.
Yeah.
With the girl coming out of the trunk and with the other stuff, I was like, okay, is that the same girl? Because I'm seeing her over here. And
right.
And I'm like, what the heck is it? It was weird.
It was.
But yeah, so this movie is from Saudi Arabia. It's in Arabic.
We haven't reviewed a Saudi Arabia movie. This is a first. No,
I think this is a first. But I gotta say, I didn't like it, bro. I was like,
me neither.
I didn't know what was going on. I didn't understand the Killer Camel. I mean, I kind of got why.
Yeah.
But it didn't need to be there.
And then the poet, that was dumb.
Well, yeah, the whole cult thing, and the police are coming, and he's like a famous poet, and I don't know.
Then the thing with her dad at the beginning, you're like, whoa.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the thing at the beginning, I was like, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
This might be good. And then it just left that in the toilet.
One time.
Mentioned one, I think a blop, they just put that in the toilet, and they went over and did all this other shit.
Yeah.
And then they came back to it and said, oh, by the way, let me grab this out of the toilet. Remember this?
Yeah. And I was that's basically what they did.
Yeah.
I say avoid this one like the plague.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't recommend this one. I can't. Yeah, I didn't care for the acting, the story. I didn't care for the direction here. There were a couple scenes that I liked, but the movie made no sense. I didn't understand.
I liked her hiding underneath the car. I liked her in the trunk.
I like the whole thing with the camel, but if she got trampled by the camel and then she runs off.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't understand.
Then why'd you hide underneath the car the whole time? That's what it makes sense.
The camel's not gonna hurt you that bad, just dip.
Yeah.
Just I don't know. There was I had issues with it. I didn't like it. It didn't appeal to me. I can't think of an audience that would like this movie. So I'm gonna read the synopsis so that I at least cover all the bases, and then we'll go to the highlights, and then we'll do the final score. So it says, stranded amid Riyadh's desert ruins, Sarah, a local Saudi girl, escapes heartaches and the vengeance of a vigorous camel over discreetly sneaking out of her parents' home for a romantic date that landed her astray. Yeah, so she sneaks out on a date. He takes her to some cult thing.
But she doesn't even really sneak out. She's just going somewhere already.
She's going somewhere. Well, she says she's going to a friend's house.
Yeah.
And she ends up going with the dude. And I'm like, that's standard, like, teenage 101. Like,
yeah.
But I understand the culture in Saudi Arabia and how much more strict they are.
And then
especially with like there was a big thing about her showing her hair at the end.
Yeah.
When she saw her dad.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of liked what she did at the end.
Yeah.
Although it was dishonest, but yeah, it took a while to make because they could only film the camel on hump day.
Did you watch this, Caveman?
I don't know if he watched it. I told him there were no horror movies. This was the closest thing because it was scary to watch. I love how we're all cool and nice to each other. I wouldn't want to call anyone out like Cat Williams.
I like Cat Williams, so
yeah, I like Cat Williams too. But yeah, that interview with Shannon Sharpe was weird.
Mm-hmm.
But but Rich and I are part of the Illuminati. I just want to let you guys know. We're not. I'm not gonna pussyfoot around that. No, I'm just kidding. I was asked by my family is, generations into the Masons. So I was asked several times to join the Masons and I was like, no. But yeah. Hey, Tiana, what's going on?
We appreciate you, Tiana.
See you. I love it that you guys keep coming back. It makes my heart feel good.
Yeah.
And that's the only organ in my body that's working right now. So
your penis, because you're making your wife squeal like a pig.
Well, that's a different organ, but yeah, you do play it.
This movie was terrible, guys. Avoid it.
This was terrible. In fact, I can't even say highlights here because we talk about anything that's a 6 or above, and we've got nothing. My highest is the subgenre of drama or thriller that I gave it a 5, but it's a drama thriller. Other than that, we're all 4s and 3s. We're both 4s and 3s. And I don't think I've ever given anything. Usually I have a 6 somewhere to where I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give a little bit to cinematography. You don't. You just like shit on the entire movie. Yeah, you're like, fuck Skinamarink.
But we watch so many movies that we know what quality and what we want from a movie.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lower my standards just to
don't lower your standards. Bro. I have no standards, so my standards are already low. But no. Huh? That says you're crazy. Because you're still with me. You lowered your standards. You weren't supposed to agree to that.
I watched this movie thinking, oh, this is going to be the lowest scored movie of the year. So for 2024 already. We're 3 weeks in, 2 weeks, whatever the fuck it is. But we have another movie coming next week that I think I scored.
Gave up my progress of watching once I learned I told you there were no horror movies in this batch.
Yeah, there was no horror movies, man.
No horror movies at all.
We don't got horror movies coming up unless Dave can get Night Swim in sometime.
Unless I can sneak night. You saw Night Swim. I haven't yet. Yeah. So I'm down to watch it, but I didn't want to watch it in the theater.
Yeah, I don't.
I wasn't interested in it. I was like, this is gonna be, I know it's James Wan's got his hand in it, but I think it's really a finger, and I don't think I'm involved. I think I'm gonna wait for it to hit streaming, I think. Because I'm going for Beekeeper. That's the next one I'm gonna see.
I had fun with that. I can't wait to talk about that.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk about that next week. But yeah, no, I told you, K-Man, there were no horror movies this week. The one that's labeled Hell Camp, that's a documentary. So, so no horror movies. But I'm actually glad you didn't watch this one because it wasn't very good. I don't know if it's going to get our lowest score of the year.
No, it won't.
I think it's definitely going to be in our bottom 5.
Oh yeah.
But I don't think it'll get the lowest score. And speaking of scores, let's go to the final scores on it since there weren't any highlights. IMDb is giving this a 5.5. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 55, audience score 54. Rich, you gave it a 35. I gave it a 37, total average score of 36.
I wouldn't mind seeing some more movies from Saudi Arabia, but just better quality, better direction. Yeah, if Netflix puts out some more Saudi Arabia films, I'd be glad. Oh, hey.
Say hi. Say hi. Hey. Hey, say hi. You're going with mommy. Give me hugs. You want to take the headset? Okay, hold on.
Oh, awesome. Hi.
Hi.
How you doing? Oh. Are you playing with Grandpa? Are you messing with Grandpa?
Watch a movie? Movie?
She's a doll. Say hi. As I'm leaning in like she's going to talk.
Yeah. Okay, say see ya. All right. Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye. See you later.
She's a doll, man.
Ow.
She's a doll.
She's amazing. She goes, movie? A movie.
Oh my God. This time I didn't cuss. I was thinking this
Good.
time.
You didn't. Yeah, you didn't. No dirty jokes.
Yeah, it was dirty joke. That's what it was.
That's it.
Yeah.
Crap! I thought you were joking about that. No, I wasn't. Yep. Cameo. That's right. Yep. That's my baby girl. Haven't seen her in a couple of weeks, so I needed my granddaughter fixed today.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I don't recommend that one.
Yeah. Skip it. Well, I was saying when you were talking, I wouldn't mind seeing some more movies from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
but just better quality.
Yeah, I'd like to see. This can't be the best they have to offer. So, yeah, I agree. I think we look for some more. And because there's going to be some that'll pop up on Netflix at some point.
They're good at finding some good foreign films. I mean, look at Hunger of last year, man. That came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I know, it was so good.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you nominated that.
All right. Yeah, I figured one of us would do it, and it had to be mentioned. I don't think it's going to win, but it has to be mentioned.
Yeah. You know what I like is
that.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I was just getting to the next movie, but
going back to our award show is the variety. I mean, just all the movies in there we picked are pretty damn good. So it's going to be interesting how the audience, what they think of the 4 movies in each category. I'm really interested to see where they fall.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be a good show.
Mm-hmm.
And you got that's coming on the 18th at 7 p.m. Pacific, 9 Central, 10 Eastern. So, and you guys, everybody needs to be on the Faces for Radio YouTube channel because that's where the voting is going to be. And your votes are going to dictate the winner of each category. So, Rich, myself, Alex, and Nate, we've all nominated. We did our nomination show, and that was a blast.
It was.
Love those guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to do the award show this year. And every year, I think the GFR awards, as I've shortened it down, it's the Geeks with Faces for Radio awards, or I'm calling them the GFRs now. They're going to be a lot of fun, and we're just going to do that shit annually. And I think that's going to be amazing. All right, so let's go to number 5 this week. What do you think it is?
I'm going to go with Hell Camp.
Okay. Let's take a look at our number 5 movie this week.
My parents, they've got problems.
What do you mean problems?
I don't think I'll ever go home again.
Well, why don't you come home with me? Come to Saltburn.
Yeah. So Saltburn
guys, this was David's pick.
Yeah, and I picked it because it was new, and there's a lot of hype coming in for it.
Yeah.
It got Golden Globe nominations.
Look at the tag right there. We're all about to lose our minds.
Yeah.
And you kind of do, and you're in what you ate, too.
Mm-hmm.
Because wow.
Yeah, there's it's a strange one. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I was like, I know I didn't like it.
I didn't like it either.
But I mean, but it's good. Quality wise, it's good. And the synopsis reads: a student at Oxford University finds himself drawn to the world of a charming and aristocratic classmate who invites him to his eccentric family's sprawling estate for a summer never to be forgotten. And yeah, this thing takes a turn, bro, that I'm not here for.
Yeah. I mean, I get expressing. What's up, Stacey? Again, I just watched this last night. Yeah.
And I still don't know how to watch how to process.
We had to take a shower afterwards.
I had to take a shower afterwards. Yeah, I had to take a shower last night, and then I finished it this morning and took another shower.
Yeah. I mean, I get that we all have weird sexual. There's things that we like.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Dave likes making pig noises.
I was like, pig noises and whipped cream. I'm in.
Yeah.
But you know,
but
some people like peanut butter in a jar of pickles. I don't know. It's the
outdoor scene with the sister, that guy's sister.
Yeah, I was like, that was
a vampire.
Well, and then the scene with Gran Turismo boy was also really weird. And then the bathtub.
Yeah.
I'm like, this movie goes places that it shouldn't go.
Yeah. And it doesn't hold back. This movie
doesn't hold back.
I give it credit for that. They don't dance around.
It definitely takes these risks. Showers are fine, just not baths, guys. Please, not the bath.
And then the dirt scene where he's fucking the dirt. Spoiler alert.
Well, spoiler alert, he fucks a lot of things.
But I did like his obsession.
Everybody was creepy.
Except
for the dad. The dad was like a senile goober that
had no clue what was going on.
Everything going on. He was just like, "Oh, wonderful! I wore my armor for the party," and I was like, "Sure, go ahead, wear your armor. Put your name on your helmet." So, Saltburn was next on my list until the horror screw up. It's probably okay that you missed it because it's
unless you like a lot of dick, bro. You might like you.
If I think there was plenty of dick for Rich. Rich was like, there's enough dick in this movie.
Yeah.
A lot of boom, boom.
I was like, what's going on?
Like, is it just dancing penis all over?
Right.
I don't know.
It's a well-made movie, like Dave said. This is
it's well made. You're gonna see it nominated at the Oscars for sure. It nominated, and I think it won something at the Golden Globes.
Well, the Golden Globes don't mean anything, though.
No,
who directed this?
Who directed this?
Yeah,
Emerald Fennell.
I wouldn't mind seeing his next project after this because I like that he took risks.
I think it's a girl. Yes, Emerald is a female.
Okay, well, whoever this lady person is.
Well, yeah, she did Promising Young Woman, which we both really liked.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Oh, that movie's fantastic.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing what she does next.
Okay. Wait. So she's an actress. Okay, wait. Hold on. Let me get her. Oh, no. This is her first directorial debut, isn't it? Yeah, this is her first directorial. She's an actress. She is in Promising Young Woman.
Oh, okay. But I want to see what she does next.
I could. Yeah, did she direct Promising Young Woman? Because it showed her in it. Maybe that's if she directed Promising Young Woman, which it's a fantastic movie. Yeah, she directed that too.
She did weird. Promising Young Woman.
Yeah, she did do Promising Young Woman. That's what I thought. But when it shows actress, host of Blowjob Lips makeup video tutorial. Okay, so that answers that question. But yeah, it doesn't list her director credits. It's actress, writer, and producer is all it shows on IMDb. But we know she's directed at least those two movies. And Promising Young Woman is really good. This is really, it's well made. It's good.
Yeah,
it's disturbing. And it's, it's one of those ones where I'm like, yeah, it pushes boundaries. It definitely,
your comfortable level.
It'll test your resolve. It'll make you uncomfortable. But I'm going to say it's worth a watch. I'm not going to say buy it. I'm not going to say chase after it. I'll never see it again.
Me either.
I won't buy it. It's on streaming on Prime right now. So if you guys got Prime, I say check it out, but be ready for debauchery.
Big time.
Just
don't watch it. If you have kids in the vicinity, wait till they're all in bed.
If you have kids in the same area code, don't watch this movie.
Yeah.
Wait till they're asleep and the door is locked.
Yeah.
So they're not going to come out because there's some disturbing shit in this movie. They are selling bathwater candles for this movie.
Yeah.
That supposed to be the next Gwyneth Paltrow vagina scented candle.
It probably smells like fish.
Yeah, I was gonna say cabbage. I don't know. Yeah, I saw that about the bathwater scented candle. And there's Evan. What's up, Evan? What a comment from Caveman to read first. Were there a lot of balls hanging low?
There's a lot of dick, bro.
There was a lot of shaft.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of shaft going on. There's a lot of penis. You need to go to confession after watching it. I need to wash my eyes in holy water. Yeah. All right, so let's go to our highlights on Saltburn, you guys. Again, this is on Prime if you want to watch it.
Interested to see how you scored this.
I think I scored it higher than you. So you actually threw a couple sevens. You threw a 7 for the cast, 7 for acting, 7 for ending, and then otherwise,
I like the ending.
Otherwise 5s, 4s, and 3s. I didn't care as much for the ending. I gave the ending a 6, but I gave a 9 to the acting because I think Rosamund Pike did an amazing job as the mother. She was trippy. Mm-hmm. I liked Felix, and I liked Barry Koenig, who played Oliver. I liked what he did. He was creepy and disturbing, and I didn't want to touch him. I just was like, nope. I gave an 8 to direction because I think Emerald did a good job directing this movie. I don't know if I like the writing, but I gave the cast a 7, the visuals a 7, and the sound a 7. I'm sorry, I threw an 8 to the subgenre because it is a comedy / thriller. So its genre is comedy and its subgenre is thriller. As a thriller, I think it works better.
Yeah.
Than as a comedy. I didn't laugh. There wasn't anything funny in this movie for me. I was like, except for the dad. He was the only one that cracked me up.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of Merkins going on. Yep, some Merkins happening. What's up, Jeff?
How you
Jeff,
doing, man?
Good to see you. Everybody's saying hey to Jeff. All right, let's go to our final scores on Saltburn, taking 5th place this week. Shabam! IMDb gives this a 7.2. Rotten Tomatoes critic score 71. Audience score 79. Rich, you gave it a 51. I gave it a 67 for an average score of 59.
That's about right.
Yeah, there were some things in the movie that I can appreciate as far as quality of work goes, so I gave good scores for that. But yeah, otherwise, I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I do say if you can handle it, if your sensibilities are not too sensitive,
if you ain't a prude,
if you're not a prude, then it's worth checking out. And then, just turn it off when you can't stand it anymore.
And then go take a shower.
Have a bar of soap with you while you're watching it. And just kind of.
Yeah.
But. Merkin knitting scores. No Merkin knitting scores. All right. So we are at number 4. And number 4 is the one that you thought was number 5. So let's take a look at our number 4 movie this week.
Yep.
I'll show you the clip instead.
Spoiler
alert. Those are the scores, but surprise.
Steve Cardizano was a genius.
I think he was ahead of his time. He had this great idea.
It's called the Challenger Foundation. The kids are worn down until they're good again.
So this is Hell Camp Teen Nightmare. It's on Netflix, you guys. This is a documentary about these teen obedience camps that they did in the 80s, where they basically beat the shit out of you for 3 months until until you're a good boy or girl, and then they go ahead and send you back home. But the stuff that they did was illegal, and people were dying from this. It was an absolute nightmare. This and after watching the documentary last week, the Y2K one, I was like, okay, this is what a documentary is supposed to be. This is what you're supposed to do with a documentary. A documentary is either supposed to educate you or piss you off. And this one pissed me off.
Yeah. I had a couple of issues with some of the people in it. Namely that big dude. He was justifying it.
Yeah. Whitewater Summer with Kevin Bacon is based on those. Yes. I was surprised that Paris Hilton went to Hell Camp, and that's where it was put in the forefront, is because she talked about it, and oh shit, she's famous. We need to find out what's going on.
And then his daughter, she was saying, I didn't like her in it either.
Yeah. Well, and she was like, oh, he was, and that was the voice that you heard in the clip. That was her going, oh, he's a genius. He just did this and blah, blah, blah. And he never did anything wrong. And we were always behind him. And I was like, wow. Cult, maybe? Was it, but the stuff that they would do was ridiculous. And it reminded me, they had similar camps to try to get kids to stop being gay, to stop homosexuality, which consisted of beatings and porn and crap like that. And it's horrendous.
Yeah.
It was a similar thing.
And the money they made, man, was crazy.
Hand over fist money. And then it was just so that the parents could just
wash their hands of
the kid for months, and they had no idea where they were. And then there was the toward the middle end of the movie, they were on a boat hopping from island to island, running away from the cops. And I'm like, okay, that's a problem. And then, but it skyrocketed. There was a whole bunch. I almost went to one of these camps.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it was, it was with my mom and my stepdad, and my stepdad was abusing me. And it was a whole thing where it was like, oh, we're going to send you to the summer camp. And I can't remember the name of it, but it was a moving camp to where we went from place to place. And I read up on it a little bit, and I'm like, I don't trust this. This doesn't seem right. And I was like 11. I was like 11 or 12. And but my stepdad was trying to force me into it. Ooh, and no. And it didn't happen. My mom put the kibosh on it. And so I mean, there's a little familiarity here where I was like, this seems a lot like this camp that I was almost involved in, that I almost went to. Just because my stepdad wanted to get rid of me. Haven't watched, did they talk about the evangelicals church use of these types of camps, and not just for homosexuality?
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't do that.
This was focused on just this one guy's.
It's focused on just this one guy and the challenge camp that he set up. And then they just kind of mentioned that a whole bunch of other people were doing camps. But it was mainly just about this guy and what he did. Paris Hilton was not a success story for being a good kid. No. I agree. But she's in the limelight.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's all you
I'm glad
needed.
she turned her life around.
Yeah.
I figured she'd be dead by now.
Yeah.
I'm glad that she got her head straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this movie angered you, and then the way it ended with the allegation, doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
not one bit. Not one bit.
No, I agree. So, what do you think? Is this worth a watch?
I think this is worth a watch. This is definitely worth a watch.
I agree. I mean, I still think that they have these camps.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Out there. They're just really under the radar. Maybe some dark web shit. Yes, the guy or some of these types of camps used to go around to church recruiting families. Yeah. No, I know. Yeah. But yeah, no, it was big, and a lot of them were, seemingly connected to the church, and to where if you were part of the congregation, you would send your kids through. It was, and then the kids were too afraid to say anything when they got back, because they were like, oh, it's through the church. I'm just going to be a good kid, so I don't have to go back.
Yeah. I like how they had that conversation with the dad and the son. It's like, you were good for maybe a couple months, and you went right back to your old ways.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was interesting. And then there was that other girl that was like, because of, and she was like one of the last ones before they got caught.
Yeah.
And she was like, because of this, I can't have a stable relationship. I can't, I can't have kids. I won't have kids. And I was like, man,
that messed her up.
I was like, I was angry after that. I was like, dude, that's like those, and I hate to put this in context like that, but those ASPCA videos where they show the dogs that are like in the kennels and they're all malnutrition and stuff, and they're like,
and they play Laura McLaughlin or some shit.
They're like, for all the time. No, I was like, I'm like, and they're like, oh, send us $19 a month. I was like, no, tell me where that house is. Kill somebody on that dog. But that's what it felt like to me. I was angry when I finished that. So I won't see it again.
Me neither, but this is definitely worth checking.
It was definitely educational. It's worth seeing. And I think it's good. It was way better than Time Bomb was.
Oh yeah, and that doesn't take much though.
And that doesn't take much. We saw a bunch of great documentaries last year, and then to get Time Bomb was like,
that was my bad.
I took the gas out of the bag, bro. It was like, man, I I'd take chafing in my shorts any day to that one. But this one was good. It's worth a watch. It's on Netflix, you guys. It's called Hell Camp Teen Nightmare. And Guy, it is not a horror movie. So let's go to our highlights on it. Let's see. Rich actually has an 8 for the genre here as a documentary. And then you have 7s for the trailer, the ending, the story, and the direction. I have a 9 for the genre. And then I have 8s for ending, story, and direction. I have a 7 for acting, visuals, and subgenre. So yeah, I like this. I mean, I was angry about it. I didn't like it in that regard, but it was good. It accomplished what I wanted in a documentary. So yeah, I think it's worth a watch. And Deja Vu, let's go to our final scores, even though I already brought it up. IMDb is giving this a 6.0. Rotten Tomatoes critic score is nothing. Nobody has reviewed this, but it's getting a 48 for audience score. And I think it's because of the brutality towards the kids, where people are just not liking it like that. But I think it's a quality documentary that's worth taking a look at. But Rich, you gave it a 59. I gave it a 71 for a total average score of 65. Yeah. And yeah, that takes number 4. Or yeah, number 4.
Yeah, number 4.
Forcing kids to kill the animals for meals, I found a little too much. That was messed up. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that was messed up. There was rape, and I was just like, dude.
Tampons in the hair, and
yeah.
Maybe if it was Saltburn universe, but not in the real universe.
Now I watched Hell Camp before Saltburn, so it would have been a totally different story if I'd have watched them together. No. But okay. We got 3 left, brother.
We do.
What do you think takes 3rd place?
Man, this is tough because I loved all 3 of these movies.
All 3 of these movies were good, bro.
Oh man, I am gonna go. I'm gonna go what I think how you scored it. I am gonna go The Holdovers.
Okay. Before we do that,
Huck?
What's up, Huck? Huck is in the house. What you gonna do when the Huckster runs wild on you? You sure about that, K-Man? But yeah, I'm yeah.
Because I think the way I scored it and the way you scored it is going to be way different.
Yeah, I agree with that. But let's take a look at our number 3 movie this week, and you might actually be surprised.
Are those human remains? Do you guys have a permit for that?
Shut up, Philip.
Liv, you don't talk to me like that.
You want me to beat your ass?
I'm just...
Get out of here, Philip!
I will eat your sweater vest for dinner.
Always been a douche.
I love that movie too, man. This is
American Fiction takes our number 3 spot, and this was really good.
It was. I did not expect it like this.
Hopefully no candles are available for Hell Camp. Yeah, it's good to see you, Huck.
Jeffrey Wright is fucking fantastic in this.
He's really good in this.
He's always gets these supporting roles, he's great in those, whatever he is in. Mm-hmm. But to see him take the lead and just fucking run away with it. Yeah. That was fantastic. And then Sterling K. Brown.
Sterling K. Brown. He's always good. I've never had a bad.
I really, really liked him in this.
Yeah.
The way he delivered his lines, I don't know, just the way his whole character was, I really dug.
Yeah. No, this was so good. And
this shocked me.
On any other week, this would be our number 1 movie.
I agree.
on any other week. If we had this last week, it would have been our number one movie.
Yeah.
So it's just what it's up against is the only reason why it's sitting in third place.
Yeah.
I'm going to read the synopsis. It says a novelist who's fed up with the establishment profiteering from black entertainment uses a pen name to write a book that propels him to the heart of hypocrisy and madness he claims to disdain. So basically this guy writes books. He doesn't sell very many. And then he sees this book come out that it's talking in I don't want to call it ebonics, but that's the only way I can refer it to, where it really talks like gang slang.
Yeah.
In the book, and the person who wrote the book is very articulate.
Yeah.
So he does the same thing as a joke,
but as a ghostwriter, whatever you want to call it.
As a ghostwriter, yeah, he comes up with a different name and identity and stuff, and he just writes this thing out of the blue. And it goes gangbusters. And now he's like, oh, crap.
Right.
This was supposed to be a joke. And now it's like you're getting all this money and people want to meet you. And it was crazy. It's a great story. It is a really good story.
The opening scene when they're in the college classroom and the white girl's telling him, the black dude, how to feel about a word. And the line he said set the whole tone for the movie, and because I died laughing when he said it. He's like, she said it upset her and stuff. He goes, "Well, I'm black, and I got over it, so you can get over it." Just the way he said it, it was just it set the whole tone for that movie. I love that opening sequence, and you see him get in trouble. Spoilers: he gets in trouble with the college people. This is so great.
Speaking of trouble,
what's up, Nate?
I hope you're doing good, brother. We're still talking about the nomination show. It was a whole lot of fun.
Yeah.
Glad having you and Alex on there. I can't wait for the award show. And I know you guys, and we're talking about Geeks and Flicks. I know you guys have moved over to Instagram to do your lives. And I think that's awesome if you want to do that way. But I'm wondering if you guys want to have a show on your channel with the two of us, because I know we've been on individually, but not together. So maybe like the four of us on your channel doing something live, whatever you guys want to do. You come up with the theme, because I have you guys on for the award show together, maybe have us over there for something. I don't know, whatever you guys want to do. But I was thinking that'd be kind of cool if we did a crossover the other way, where the two of us go over to your channel. But I'll let you guys decide whether you want to do that. Thanks. I'm glad. Yeah, nothing. It doesn't have to be big. Something. Whatever you guys are working on. If you say, hey, let's bring Rich and Dave in. Cool. Don't let Alex pick the movies, though. He's going to try to get revenge on us.
Yeah, right. Well, how many of you guys in the audience have seen American Fiction? I'm just curious to see how many people have seen this yet.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Nate has.
Yeah, Nate has seen it.
Because
This was my pick for comedy of 2023.
Yeah. It was definitely on my list for comedies. I liked it. It was funny. Yeah. Nate loved this movie.
Me too. Me and Nate finally agree.
Finally, yeah. And Jason Bateman's not in it. So I'm like, how do you like this comedy? But Jeffrey Wright did such a good job. I really liked. I liked the cast. I liked the entire
great cast.
I liked his mom in it. Sterling K. Brown did a great job.
I have a lot more respect for Jeffrey Wright now.
Yeah,
appreciation of his work.
More, appreciation for his. He's very astute when he speaks. He's very articulate when he speaks, and I like that about him. Like he's very definitive, like really detailed when he talks, and that's kind of how his books are until he does this kind of fake book. But
The running joke in this movie, they say it a lot in this movie. Jeffrey Wright gets the new girlfriend, and the brother keeps saying she's not white. At least she's not white. And then Jeffrey Wright's like, your ex-wife was white. Just that banner back and forth between the brothers, I really liked.
Yeah. No, it's very good. This is definitely worth a watch, you guys. It's in theaters right now, and I think, it's just in theaters. So no talk of renting yet on Vudu or anything like that. But I'd say if you get a chance to see this in the theater, I think this is worth a theater watch.
It is.
But at the very least, when it hits streaming, I'd say definitely check this out.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I really liked it. A very involved movie. I loved how they did it.
It holds your attention the whole way through.
It does. Even though it's really a drama. It's not I mean, it's not a comedy, but there are lots of funny bits in it. But it really plays out like a drama. Stuff happens to him, shit's going on, and then in the middle of this is this book, and then what he is a part of.
What he gets tasked to do.
He gets tasked to do something that involves this book, and I just, I liked it, and I dug the ending.
Me too.
And I'm not going to even hint to that, but I liked it. It was cool. It was not what I expected. I was down for it.
Yeah.
Wait, hope his role is a bit expanded in the next Batman. Okay.
Yeah, I hope so too.
This has been on my want to watch list since your mystery movie review. Yeah, I'm glad because it's worth watching, Caveman. If you get a chance,
really is.
It is definitely a funny premise. Yeah, it's hilarious, and I was like
low expectations for this movie.
I did too. I when it was starting on the mystery movie, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then even in the beginning, I was kind of like bebopping a little bit. It wasn't really that interesting, eating my popcorn. And then something happened and I'm like, okay, I like these characters talking to each other. Because like the first part of the movie is really just him. And he's kind of involved with himself. And you don't get a lot of what's going on in his head until he starts talking to other people. And that's when it gets interesting. So yeah, let's go to our highlights on it because we got some good highlights on this one.
We do.
All right, so I'm gonna roll out your 10s really quick. So Rich, you have 10s for cast, acting, ending, story, and direction. I have 10s for cast and story. Then you have a 9 for genre, and then you have 7s for trailer and subgenre. I have a 9 for visuals. I have 8s for acting and sound and subgenre. And then I have 7 for genre, 7 for ending.
This is, I can't, I'm going to buy this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd get this one. I'd have this in my collection. Okay. Top 2 are both Oscar worthy, in my opinion.
All 3, I think, are Oscar worthy. Bottom 3 or top 3. I could see
something nominated here for American Fiction, but yeah, our top 2 movies, I will see those at the Oscars for sure.
Yeah, I hope this one gets it too.
I hope so too. Let's go to our final scores on American Fiction, coming in at number 3 this week. IMDb is giving this a 7.8. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 92%. Audience score 97. Rich, you gave it an 84. I gave it a 75. Total average score 79.5. That's a good score. I liked it. It's solid. It checks all the boxes. This is definitely worth a watch.
Again, I picked this for comedy of the year for the World Show.
Yeah. And I mean, when I watched it on the mystery movie, I went, dude, Rich, if you get a chance to watch this.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh yeah, I've already got this on my list. As soon as I find it, I'm going to watch it. And I was like, good. I couldn't wait to talk about it. But yeah, like I said, if we reviewed this last week, it would be our number one film.
Yeah.
But it just so happens that the other two are just so good.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you think is number two? We got two.
I'm going to go The Holdovers.
Yeah. That's no big surprise. Let's take a look at our number two movie this week.
Sir, I don't understand.
That's glaringly apparent.
I can't fail this class.
Oh, don't sell yourself short, Mr. Coates. I truly believe that you can.
That is The Holdovers, you guys. This is number two this week, and this is a fun movie.
Yeah, this movie makes me happy. This is even though it's Corey, this is fantastic. To me, this is a feel-good movie, even though it's about abandoned children, and mental health, because there's some mental health in here. This is really
talks about depression and things like that. It's some pretty serious subject, but at the same time, it's funny, it's light,
feel good.
It's a feel good movie. And
Paul Giamatti, man.
Paul Giamatti did such a great job in this. I hope he gets a Best Actor nomination. At least
he's
a
fucking
nomination.
better. I'm writing. He's so good in this. And the cook, I loved her too.
And she won the Golden Globe.
Oh, she did?
Yeah. I'm so proud of her. I told you, I was like, dude, I would love to see her get a supporting actress nomination.
You did say that.
Divine Joy Randolph. You guys remember her name? She was amazing in this movie. I loved her.
She had these great lines.
Yeah, she had just
pain.
The expression on her face was like, I'm just making it through. Because I mean, you know, with her loss, dealing with what she was dealing with. And it was just she was impressive. She was impressive. I really liked her.
Yeah.
Probably going to win the Oscar too. I wouldn't be surprised. Now,
I would be I'm championing for this movie, like I was last year for Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah. She was amazing, Jay. I liked her a lot. Miss Caveman and myself really enjoyed this. One of our first Peacock watches. Yeah, and you guys,
it's on Peacock, on VOD.
It's on Peacock, video on demand. But yeah, it's on Peacock right now. And yeah, go watch it. It's a period piece. It's set in 1970. So they're old cars and stuff like that, and
the way it's shot. Don't forget the
way it's shot. Yeah, it's grained. It's
and
shot.
The opening titles.
Yeah, it's shot. Yeah, and all the graphics and stuff. It's done like a 70s movie. I love it when they do that. But this is one thing that I wanted to say is that this movie is a coming of age movie.
Yeah,
but it's for the teacher, not for the students. It's for Paul Giamatti's character. It was his coming of age movie.
There's so much growth for that character through this whole movie.
Yeah, so much. Yeah, and that was the one thing about coming of age movies is you grow into a different person, and that's what he was so crotchety and shitty and nasty, and he smelled like fish, and he was awful. And then just spending the time with that kid and being around him, his character grew, and he became a better person. And it was I dig it. I dig it. Yeah, I get that too, but it's between my cheeks. So, but yeah, he had the I can't remember the name of the disease, but it's a disease where he over the course of the day he starts to smell worse and worse, and that was a smell that was on him. It really didn't matter if he was showering. And dude, he took the Glade spray and he sprayed his armpits with the spray. And I was like, oh my God, at least he didn't spray down his pants, because that would have been awful. Just reminds me of the Old Spice days.
Yeah.
But guys, this is a really good movie. A great story. It's it's kind-hearted. I mean, you think it's going one way, but it turns out to be something totally different, and it's definitely and that's a good point, Jay. The end reminded me of Sideways, where the car drives off to the crossroads.
This movie was my pick for. I think I said it already. For movie of the year.
This was your movie of the year pick.
Yeah, this is my movie of the year pick.
The highest award that we give on the GFRs. This was your pick. And I think that's really because Nate picked Spider-Man in front of you. But
no, I wasn't gonna pick that for. It was either gonna be this or Past Lives. Is gonna be because Spider-Man is my number 3 movie of the year on my Letterboxd rankings.
But in your lowdown rankings, it's number 1.
Yeah.
Even though Oppenheimer's a perfect film.
Oh, shut it. I knew I was gonna get away with. I thought I was gonna get away with it on this.
Nate called you out, bro. That was so good.
He did. He so did.
Because he couldn't metabolize some kind of nutrient, or was it alcohol? No, it was some kind of nutrient that he couldn't, like he can't metabolize. I don't know, gluten or lactose or something, to where it comes out of the pores of his skin. Alexander Payne is a great filmmaker.
Was that who directed this? I didn't know.
Yeah, that's who directed it.
What else has he made?
He did Nebraska, The Descendants. He did Sideways, which makes a lot of sense. Election. Let's see, what else do I have for director for him? Downsizing. I didn't really care for that one. About Schmidt.
I didn't like that either.
I haven't seen anything else that I've seen, but I did like. Oh, he directed one episode of Hung. I don't know if you've seen that, but I liked Descendants with George Clooney.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
I liked that. I didn't care for Downsizing. Nebraska was okay, except it was in black and white, and that was a problem that I had. But I think Nebraska was in black and white. But anyway, good movie, awesome stuff, great acting, a nice, small, intimate cast that you can really get to know. The character development in here is brilliant.
Yeah.
Even with the other kids who ended up taking off, I liked them too, and what happened to them afterwards. So cool. You guys, it's on Peacock. It's worth a watch.
It definitely is.
Yeah. Let's go to our final scores on it. I did our highlights, right? I'm sure I did.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
No, you didn't.
Because I have American Fiction still highlighted. Okay. Highlights on the holdovers. So Rich, you gave 10s to acting, ending, story, visuals, direction, and then 9s to trailer and subgenre, 8s to sound and genre. I gave 10s to the acting, story, and genre, and then I gave 9s to the ending and direction, 7s to cast, visuals, and subgenre. So, dude, awesome movie. A GoFundMe is being set up to pay for the letters for the Oppenheimer quote for shirt, Rich. I'm down for that. I will get that shirt made when I go to Colorado. My buddy in Colorado has a t-shirt maker. I was going to get some lowdown shirts made and some Faces for Radio shirts and put that quote on there.
Man, I ain't gonna live that down.
And I'm gonna mail it. I'm gonna send that to you, bro. That's coming to you.
Oh man.
And I'm gonna send one to Nate. That was Nate's quote. Nate grabbed it. Nate threw you firmly under the bus.
He didn't waste no time.
He didn't waste no time. He was just like,
yep. It's like he's waiting. He's just like waiting for me to say something.
He's just waiting for you to say something that he can get you with. Evan does the same thing.
Yeah,
so.
him and Evan.
Yeah, he's like, I know Rich is gonna say something to mess this up, and I'm gonna be there to catch it when it happens.
Yeah,
I was trying to ignore it. I was trying to just move on. I was like, because at first I was like, oh, so that's number 2, and I was like, okay, and it was like, yeah, that's great, blah blah blah, and then Nate just blew it. Nate just went bang. Here you go. And I'm like, okay, I can't not talk about it now.
Yeah.
Want to give a big thank you to my sister-in-law, Lou, who gave us a like on Facebook.
Well,
Love
thank you,
Lou. We'll see you Saturday for my grandson's second birthday party.
Awesome. Happy birthday.
So yeah, Desmond turns 2 on the 19th, but his party's on the 13th. So all right, let's go to our final scores on The Holdovers. Coming in second place, you guys. IMDb is giving this an 8.0. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 96%, audience score 91. Rich gave it a 90. I gave it an 81 for a total average score of 85.5.
That's a great score. That's my first 90 of the year.
First 90 of the year. And not to be outdone, let's take a look at our number 1 movie this week.
For the wrestling. He said if we were the toughest, strongest, nothing could ever hurt us. I believed him.
This is The Iron Claw, you guys. It's in theaters right now. Fuck, bro. This movie was so good.
It so was. We both love professional wrestling.
Yes.
And we both know this story, this heartbreaking story.
Yes.
And just they did a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
With this movie.
They did such a good job. The casting.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sure about Zac Efron being
Me neither.
But he did a good job.
Yeah, he did. There were some issues I had with his face at times. Yeah. But
I had an issue with his height because Kevin's tall. A lot taller than that.
Yeah.
But dude, so if you guys don't know, I'm gonna read the synopsis. This is the true story of the inseparable Von Erich brothers who made history in the intensely competitive world of professional wrestling in the early 1980s. Now, this goes back to the 70s, and this is before it became sports entertainment. This is when everybody they had territories and smaller things, and they went and traveled around and wrestled and did stuff, and to get on TV was like
a big deal.
A huge deal. So, and it was, it was back then when a lot of people still thought it was real. It was still considered a sport, as opposed to like an acting career. But man, I gotta say that the guys that played the brothers, not just Zac Efron, but Jeremy Allen White, who played Terry,
Harris, he was so good.
He was so good in this. Harris Dixon, who played David. Maura Tierney was Doris, the mom. Holt McCallany was Fritz, the dad. I thought he did a great job.
Such a fucking asshole.
Yeah, well, that's the way he was. And then Stanley Simons, who I didn't know from Adam, was Mike, the youngest brother.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Maxwell Jacob Freeman cameo in there somewhere. He was supposed to have a bigger part, but they cut most of his stuff out. So I think he just had a small part. But Chavo Guerrero, a person who I know very well and have worked with, he did the wrestling choreography for this movie. So it looks good. The wrestling looks good in here, even though they're actors.
They put their work in it.
Yeah, they did. They trained hard and they worked on wrestling.
I seen an interview where they said that these dudes could actually put on a 5-minute match. They did 5-minute matches.
Yeah. What Chavo said, because they were like, could Zac Efron do a match right now? And he went, no. Zac Efron could do a match with a very experienced wrestler with him. Then he could do a good solid match, good solid 5-minute match. But he couldn't run a match which is, I mean, that's perfect. It took me 2 years before I could actually run a match on my own. Otherwise I was always in with someone more experienced to plan the match. And then I just worked with it and learned from it. And that was kind of what you do. Once you're kind of in your training and you start wrestling, that you work with a more experienced guy, and they're the ones that show you the ropes, no pun intended, on how to go from move to move and and who gets the outshine, who gets the heat, who gets the near falls, how that works. And then, and then you start learning, okay, and then you start voicing your opinion, and then you can start actually choreographing the match yourself. But yeah, Chavo.
Yeah.
Was missing one brother from the story.
Yeah. They cut his story out.
Yeah. And was that wasn't MJF's role? I don't think.
No, he didn't play.
He was one of the other wrestlers or something. But anyway, yeah, I walked out of the theater and the manager of the theater was like, "So how was it?" And I was like, "Dude, very good. It's really accurate. There are some things missing from it, and of course they smash all the stuff together. So all the stuff that happened is spread over like a really long time, like 20 years. But they were like, they compressed that into a 2.5-2-hour movie. But guys, A24 put this out. They've been putting out some really quality work. I see Oscar nominations for this.
Yeah. I don't know if Zach is gonna.
I don't think Zach's gonna get nominated.
No.
And that he's got the High School Musical curse.
Yeah.
Where
that's what
I don't think he's gonna get that. I know that it popped up again, but it was the same text. Sorry, caveman. We said it twice. But yeah, this is fantastic. I could see definitely screenplay.
Yeah.
Maybe director. This was directed by Sean Durkin, and who has done Marcy May Marlene, which I know I've seen.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That rhymed. He did the Dead Ringers series. Otherwise, not too much. He's only directed 7 movies.
Yeah.
But I think this was good. This was good, bro. I like this. Great story. Really, really heartbreaking what happened. It is. But I guess it was better. It was better for me because I kind of knew. In fact, my wife's leaning over is like, is he gonna die? And I go, not yet. Hey, he gets in a motorcycle accident first, then we'll just wait. But
I'm glad they acknowledged his WWE career.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm glad they acknowledged that.
That's the Caveman hit that out. Jeremy Allen White, who plays Kerry Von Erich, I could see him with a supporting actor nomination.
Me too.
Yes. I could definitely see that. All right. Let's go to
check this out.
Definitely check this out. Let's go to our highlights on the Iron Claw in theaters now, you guys. And yeah, just a fantastic movie. So Rich, you gave 10s to the cast, trailer, ending, direction, genre, and subgenre, 9 to visuals, 8 to acting, story, and sound. I gave 10s to acting, trailer, and subgenre, 9s to cast, story, direction, and genre, and then 8s to ending and sound, and a 7 to visuals. But otherwise, we're big scores here.
And I'm pretty sure when this is out of its theater run, it's going to be streaming on Max because A24 made a deal with Max that they're going to have their content.
Mm-hmm. So, what do you think? March or April?
I'm going to say probably end of February, 1st of March.
Yeah, I would say it would try to come out before Oscars come out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. All right, let's go to our final scores on the Iron Claw. Coming in first place, you guys. IMDb is giving this an 8.1. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 88%. Audience score 94%. Rich, you gave it a 93. I gave it an 89 for a total average score of 91, taking our top
90.
spot. Also, apparently, some liberty with the amputation. I've heard that it was only a partial. No, it was a. Yeah, no. Well, they had to green screen that, so they had to remove the whole foot. But yeah, it was, like half the foot was removed. Otherwise, there's no way he'd have been able to get back in the ring.
Not like he did.
Not like he did. Not
So
in the.
Corey, go see it.
Yeah. Go see it, Corey. It's a fantastic movie.
Yeah, this really.
I think
is.
even if you are not really a wrestling fan,
the story itself, the tragedy that befalls this family. Lily James, I could see a supporting actress nomination for her. Isn't she just fucking beautiful?
She's amazing in this.
Mm-hmm. I like when she goes asking for an autograph.
Yeah, she's like, did your parents not train you?
Right?
What? And he looked like he'd been punched in the head because he was just like,
it was
what's
dazed.
going on? I don't know. I can't even see you. And what's up, Mike? My best friend Mike. That's Mike? A high score, dude. Yeah, check this out. It was really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's our show. I think this is a great week. It was a great group of movies. Aside from Naga. Yeah. I don't have a 90 yet, but I was close with Iron Claw.
For overall.
Yeah. Our first average score of 90.
Yeah, we haven't had one of those in a while.
Yeah.
So it was nice to get back to a 90.
It was nice to get back. It was nice to get a 90 back.
Thanks, really was.
Appreciate that, brother.
Thank you, Jay. Well, thank everybody, man. We appreciate you guys.
You guys being on. All right. So our next show is the 17th. What do we have on the docket?
Okay, let me pull up my list here.
Because we had to move Ferrari. So I know Ferrari is next week.
Ferrari, which is in the theaters.
Yeah.
We got Role Play, which is on Prime Video.
Right.
We got Lift, which is on Netflix.
Yep.
The Retirement Plan on Hulu. And Alexander the Terrible, blah, 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 which is supposed to be on Disney Plus. It's a remake of an older movie.
Remake of an older movie. Yeah, it's Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day.
It's supposed to be out today, but it's not on Disney Plus. So if it's not on the next few days, we're going to have to shuffle and get it out.
Right. Move stuff around.
Yeah.
Maybe if we get a chance, because I'm going to see Beekeeper in time, we can move Beekeeper up in that play.
Yeah, I've already seen it, so yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
And I'm going to see it Tuesday, so we'll be able to do that. Okay, so you guys remember the 18th, which is Thursday. That is our award show for the GFRs, the Geeks with Faces for Radio Awards. The Faces for Radio podcast is going to be joined by Geeks and Flicks, and we have our nominations already in place for the awards, including some extra categories that we put in. So that's going to be a lot of fun. You guys make sure you tune into that. That's 7 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Central, 10 Eastern. And then we have our regular show on the 24th, but we also have our High Five family-friendly theme with Movie Buff Grant on the 25th. Again, 7 p.m. Pacific, 9 Central, 10 Eastern. He got a bunch of family-friendly movies from last year that we're going to watch and review. And fingers crossed now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to have my granddaughter with me, but I'm going to try to watch those movies with her and get her on the show. So we're working that out.
Yeah.
But I want to let you guys know that at the end of January, I am leaving for a little trip. But I will be back on the 4th. So our By the Numbers episode for that week is going to be on Tuesday instead of Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
And then Monday, the 29th, is going to be our Oscar prediction show because the Oscar nominations show up on the 28th of January. And then the 29th, we're gonna do a live stream and predict the ones that we think are going to win.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That was fun last year.
Yeah, that was fun. It was kind of spur of the moment. Hey, do you want to do this? And I'm like, sure. And that was a lot of fun.
It was.
But yeah, you guys check out Something Geeky tomorrow. That's for everybody. Thank you. Yes, Jay, I want to, also let you know, because I know you're Iowa too. Be safe during this storm this weekend. And then, of course, Friday, if you guys are interested, Spirits with Spirits, what we do in our live stream. We're talking about cursed or haunted objects. And our first episode, we're going to talk about the Women of Lem statue that was found in the ground. It's like 10,000 years old, and four families have owned it and have died tragically. So that'll be an interesting show. I'm excited to talk about that. And on Scare Network TV, we're going to be talking about King Tut's tomb and the Curse of the Mummy.
Oh, nice.
Thanks, Corey.
We appreciate you.
We appreciate
I got
you
something
guys.
weird to tell you when we go on Instagram about your thoughts, because you do that paranormal shit. That's scary.
Yeah.
When we go, we're going live on Instagram probably right after we're done here. I need to refill my drink, and we're gonna go live there.
I need to check my fire, make sure that's still going. So we're gonna go on live on Instagram in a few minutes, you guys. Yeah, it'll be on Turner Fan 77's channel, and hopefully I'll be able to join.
Hopefully, if not, we won't do it.
If not, we won't do it. But usually I can get in and just, I just can't see anybody. So,
So if you guys got any questions you want to ask, we can do a little Q&A, just whatever comes to mind.
Yeah, we're just going to be on to shoot the shit. If you guys want to join us on the live stream, you guys are welcome to join us. And looking forward to having a great time.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a good week, bro. I'm excited.
And thank you once again for all the work you do, putting in the graphics, hosting, and hopefully in February, we'll be adding. We're not even supposed to watch this.
Yeah.
Today and Comic Talk.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Adding those to the Faces for Radio brand, and
our next episode will be Zach and Miri Make a Porno. And we always have a good time with Adam. Sometimes David joins us because he's not a big Kevin Smith fan.
No, I do like that one, so I might join you.
It's got poo in it. What do you? Of course you have to like it.
It's got a great poo scene. She frosted me like a cake.
Yeah. Yeah. So we got that coming up. I mean, I'm just excited for what Faces for Radio is doing this year.
Yeah.
We still got spots open for the first half of the High Five. So guys, if you want to pick up,
and we're gonna come up. We got to come up with our second half soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Including because Mika and Kira want to come back, so we gotta get them on, and Stacy wants to jump on.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Stacy. Stacy's such a nice guy.
Yeah, it's gonna be great to have Stacy on the show. We're gonna have Jay on the show probably next month at some point.
I can't wait for that.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
And then
another Iowan. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate that. See you next week. Yep. Love that Kevin Smith movie. Good.
It's not my favorite.
Yep. All right. You guys, thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, be safe. God bless. Take care. And we'll see you next time on the Faces for Radio podcast.
See you guys. God bless.